Hey folks, welcome to Lunith Gardens. I'm your host Kenneth. In my last video, I mentioned that I didn't have many beneficial insects and pollinators in my garden. As a result, a lot of my plants were not setting fruit and producing very much. So today, I thought I'd go ahead and create some beneficial bug hotels and solitary beehives. The idea for this project came from L2 Survive's YouTube channel, where he did a 2016 tour of Paul Gauchi's Back to Eden garden. During one of the segments, you see Paul talk about bees and pollinators. As he does this, the camera shows Paul's solitary beehives, which are nothing more than several blocks of wood attached to a building near his orchard with varying sizes of holes drilled in the blocks. Paul mentions how honeybees are not native to the United States. But solitary bees, or in his case, mason bees, are native to the United States. Solitary bees don't make honey, so if they are going to survive, they have to get out and start foraging for food very early on in the year. So what I'm going to attempt to do today is create some of these hives for myself in order to attract these solitary bees and create homes for them. Here we see the tree that the wood for this project will be coming from. A few months back, the weight of the limbs became too much for the trunk, and two of the main trunks split, and those parts of the tree fell over. In order to try and save the rest of the tree, I went ahead and cut the other two parts off and was left with several thick branches. From that, I took a few of the larger pieces you now see here, and these will become my materials for the hive project. Here we have some of the tools I'll be using. I've got my drill and several different sized drill bits up to 1/2 inch wide, some cinder blocks to help hold the logs in place, and very important, don't forget your safety glasses. Let's go ahead and get started. And here we have our finished product. As you can see, there are a lot of holes drilled in the logs. There are varying sizes of holes ranging all the way from 2 millimeters up to 10 millimeters, or about a 1/2 inch in diameter. I'm going to go ahead and place these in different secluded spots all around the garden where they won't be disturbed and where the beneficials and bees will have a safe place to do their thing. Now, ideally they would be fixed to a wall and up off the ground, but I'm going to go ahead and just get started and place them leaning up against the walls for now. My first one is being placed behind and under my larger almond tree in this secluded corner behind the fountain. The tree should be able to provide it some cover when it rains, since I don't have a roof or overhang above it to keep the rain away from the entrances of the holes. Here I've placed two more of the logs under my lime tree, also in a secluded spot in the garden. Again, I'm hoping the tree and the wall will provide some cover from any rain we receive, and since the bulk of my garden is in this area, I've placed two next to each other to encourage a larger population in this particular spot. I also did a fourth one and placed that in a less secluded spot about halfway between the first two locations. It's in a sunny location near my bell pepper plants, so I will test this variable out as well and see what the results are if the bees move in or not. I did plan to make a more traditional style box or hive with bamboo, but unfortunately didn't have enough materials, and my saw didn't have the right blade. As you can see, the bamboo was splintering, and this would have caused some sharp edges around the opening of the holes, which would not have been a good idea for the bees' wings. So I decided to scrap that idea for now. Well, there you have it. I hope you enjoyed this episode. If so, feel free to like, subscribe, and comment below. Until next time, I'll leave you with a shot of Cedric the Hummingbird.